Hey folks, this is Matt once again, and want to do another movie review, random. Sort of re-review of a film I talked about a long time ago. Um, I remember this was for one of my best buds, Effrey. He's a big fan of this film, I am too, so I wanted to re-review it. Uh, Dead Bane, with Don Johnson for one cop. This isn't just a case, it's war. But Dead Bane, I think it's the best thing Don Johnson's ever been a part of. That does include Miami Vice. But I enjoyed Dead Bane that much. I think it's the best movie and the best thing Don Johnson's been a part of. Because it's directed by a guy named John Frankenheimer, who I don't think is with us anymore, unfortunately. I don't think he's... Yeah, 2002, which is too bad. Some films he had directed Reindeer Games with Ben Affleck, Ronin with Robert De Niro, The Island of Dr. Moreau with Marlon Brando. I know that film had a lot of problems, though, even behind the scenes. Because I think the guy who directed Hardware was going to do it, but then things happened. Anyway, he also directed The French Connection 2, which actually is a sequel I enjoy. Prophecy, which is a very B-movie monster, so eco-horror monster movie, Prophecy. Black Sunday, I think that's the film with the blimp and the Super Bowl with Bruce Stern, Robert Shaw. I believe he directed, yeah, The Manchurian Candidate, Birdman of Alcatraz. There's a lot of films. But John Frankenheimer also did this as well. And basically, like I said, Don Johnson plays the character of Beck, Jerry Beck. And, it pretty much starts out with he's a cop who has an ex-wife and kids. It's around Christmas time. And he finds that he's got this restraining order. He wants to see his kids, but he's got a restraining order to stay away from his own kids. And a nice little scene where he's outside the school and he has to be in this parked car to just say hi. He had gotten a note to his kid, and they're like, Merry Christmas, and Don Johnson's sort of waving. Kind of a little sweet scene, so it kind of makes you feel bad for the guy. Uh, then it sets up the bad guys, where one guy goes into the store and kills his clerk, a black clerk, because this guy specifically is a racist. And you find out that the whole plot of the film deals with a sort of group of people who are white supremacists. Ooh, white power and all that shit. And in fact, this guy comes out after shooting this clerk, poor guy, in cold blood. He goes out, a cop stops him, he guns the cop down. And so Don Johnson's called in and wants to find out who killed this cop as well as the clerk. You have a fun scene where he's checking like who was nearby, who got out of parole around the time of the murder. So I just wanted to shut something off my TV, so in case it does not filter in any sound into this. But he chats with actor Bob Balaban. I remember him from the film 2010. He was the guy who created the HAL 9000, among others, from 2010. He's there. He's like a parole officer type of guy. And Don Johnson's like, I need you here tomorrow. Tomorrow is Christmas. Fine, 8 o'clock. And Bob Balaban goes, fuck you. And Don just says, okay, have you away? 8:30. And fuck you. Don Johnson have a lot of fun with this role. And I don't really have much problems with this film, to be honest. I really enjoyed Dead Bane. The only problem I really have is that the film isn't well known, and it's very bare bones DVD. Interactive menus. Not even a trailer. Just jump to the scene, languages, and play movie. Pretty... I don't think the film did much, unfortunately, which is a shame because it's a really solid action flick. But great dialogue with Don Johnson. You have this scene that really didn't need. Yeah, Penelope Ann Miller goes in there. I'm not really a fan of Penelope Ann Miller. I think she was in The Relic, and I love The Relic, but she's one of the things I'm not a big fan of in The Relic. Let's see, what else was I going to say? Oh, like, she picks up Don Johnson, you have the sex scene, and it really goes nowhere. It's really something you could have taken completely out of the film. Because later on she appears, because she leaves very quickly, she appears because Don Johnson finds out a picture. She used to be married to the cop who was killed. And she said, I went to you because I want you to kill him. And Don Johnson's like, I can't do that. And that whole little bit really leads to nowhere. Could have been completely cut out and save, 5-10 minutes of the running time, whatever. I mean, it could be completely cut out. It wasn't needed. It's kind of stupid to put that in there. It's like, we need a sex scene, and Penelope Ann Miller, some people know her, so we won't put her in. It was really pointless. But at least after you get a fun scene where he's with the pro officer guy, Bob Balaban was very pissed. He's able to find a guy and chase him down. When he finally catches him, he pukes over. He pukes over his suspect. And the guy was, oh, you fucking puked on me. Why don't you just shit on me? And he's trying to get the guy, and he's like, first he's talking to him, and Bob Balaban's like trying to talk to his wife. I like that he finds out it's the wrong guy, but it's someone who might have known the guy he's looking for. I love the scene where it's like, what was it? Trying to get the line of dialogue. It's like, who's he? It's like, what's he doing? It's like, he's lying to his wife. He's on the phone lying to his wife. I don't know, it plays better when you see. I wish I could put clips in, but Warner Bros. Are being assholes now. Now they're copyrighting shit, and Warner Bros. Used to be cool. Used to be okay with people using footage. I don't know what your deal is now, Warner Bros. So fuck you. But he's able to get some info from the guy, and there's another great scene where he's talking with his wife, and it's like, his ex-wife, he knows they've had the ins and outs. It's like, I want to talk to him. I want to know when I can bring my presence. No, they're not in bed because I can hear him in the fucking background. And he gets hung up. It's like, hello, hello? Beats the shit out of the phone, smashes the shit. Really good sequence of moments from this actor, Don Johnson. He played really fun film. Don Johnson alone makes it fun. Some of the dialogue he has, it's definitely R-rated. And that's where you find out about Penelope Ann Miller. And he's able to get to this one place. He's with this sort of kind of cop sheriff type of guy. And there's a big old shootout. And after that, he meets with FBI agent played William Forsythe. Now, William Forsythe, you see him as crazy guys and Stone Cold and Out for Justice Seagal. You have never seen William Forsythe like this. Very sort of anal retentive, very clean cut, shaved, hair very nice and firm. And he's a guy, like, later on, he gets mad at Don Johnson for his language. And Don's like, we just came out of this group that's, this white supremacist group, and they have all this possible money behind them, and you're worried about my language? The fuck's the matter with you? He's like, I'm a Christian. I find your language offensive. You've never seen William Forsythe like this. It was kind of cool seeing William Forsythe, and you buy it. It was just weird seeing that. But Don Johnson goes to this town, where there's this sort of church/facility nearby. And he's talking with this cop who has this extremely racist banner on it. You can tell that he's completely racist. And he says, oh yeah, all that sunshine and pussy made you soft. And Don Johnson's like, yeah, all that sunshine and pussy, yeah. The land of milk and honey. Then some cop gets killed and pisses everybody off. No more sunshine and pussy. Yeah, we draw straws out of our banana daiquiris. And that's why I'm here. Short straw. And Don Johnson plays the dialogue here. I don't know who wrote this film. Robert Foster? I thought he really did a good job with the dialogue in this film. Just a lot of fun. It's a fun movie. It's an entertaining film. I'm not sure what more I can go into. Mainly that he gets in a little bit with the bad guys. Like, there's a bad guy at the back of his car. He's able to get him out and throws like matches to blow it up. And he sort of gets put down by higher authority, so he has to go see the psychiatrist, played by Michael Jeter, who you see him in Tango and Cash. He was in The Green Mile, the guy with the little mouse. And he comes in, because basically Michael Jeter, the psychiatrist will say if he's going to be put on suspension, if he can continue. And then Michael Jeter says, just think of me as one of the guys. And Don Johnson laughs, and he's like, did I say something funny? And Don Johnson's trying to like get himself out of it. No, I'm just, want to get back to work and da-da-da-da. And he's laughing. And then finally says, well, the thing of this is, you kind of look like Woody Allen. I mean, you just think of me as one of the guys. Then later on, he's talking to him, and Michael Jeter says, I'm not going to condone. He's like, because of that crack, I'm sorry, I apologize. Well, no one likes to be made fun of. And you think Don John's going to leave, and he comes out and he pulls this great speech, scares the shit out of the psychiatrist guy, basically saying, yeah, you're not a safe man to put in this office, Dr. Kranz. If I get pulled off of this case because you look like Woody Allen, I will not be responsible for what I do. If you got some dues to pay there, then by God you pay them, because I will not. I will fixate on you as an instrument of my destruction, and you will never feel safe in your world again. Great speech, and he gets a call. He finds out he's actually back on, and when he hangs up, he's like, Woody fucking Allen. And that's why I like Don Johnson's film. And he meets up with, goes back to that facility, sort of like white supremacist sort of church. But it's like a facility because they have like a fence, wire fence around. And he gets a group of cops who all happen to be black, including Tim Reid. And I know you've seen Tim Reid. Stephen King's It. If you remember Stephen King's It. Sounds bad saying this, but the black guy in Stephen King's It. That's Tim Reid. I know the guy, I think he was the father and Sister Sister, that TV show Sister Sister. Can't really remember that. But Chief Dixon is his name. And he gets a bunch of cops in there, look through the facility, and finally Will Forsythe is there as well. And he's able to find like something's wrong with his shelf, and it's a secret passage to like these underground caves. And you get great shootouts. Cops have Uzis, as do the bad guys, and when people get hit, it's very bloody. Practical bullet scripts, big one, poo poo. Great finale, Don Johnson against the bad guy, using tricks like, shining a light on a mirror and shooting the guy. And then you find out that the guy who actually killed the cop was the bad guy's brother, wanting to prove himself to his brother. And then Don John's able to stop him. And overall, Dead Bane, other than a little bit like the Penelope Ann Miller stuff, was not needed. Other than that, though, for me, I enjoy the film. I don't really have much problems about it. Some people may say it's by the numbers. I don't really think so. I mean, the whole dealing with the white supremacy makes it really like, okay, these are some serious bad guys to deal with. It's not wall-to-wall action, but I thought it had a good pace, mainly because you have a very solid performance by a likable lead, Don Johnson. I kind of wish he did more films like this. I wish he had done more flicks like this. I think it would have been nice. It would have been cool to see more of Don Johnson in this type of role, a starring role. But unfortunately, like the only thing I can remember is his little bit of Machete, which I'm not a fan of, and Tin Cup as adversary to Kevin Costner. So it sucks that, he didn't get a lot of roles like this. That's too bad, Don Johnson. But he was solid and fun movie. It was great to watch this once again. I know he probably got more famous because of his TV work, like Miami Vice and then Nash Bridges, but I didn't really watch Nash Bridges. Miami Vice I haven't really seen, so I can't really judge, but all the stuff I've seen, Don Johnson, this is the best thing. I've seen clips of Miami Vice, and I don't know. Same thing with Nash Bridges, so I don't know. But anyway, that's Dead Bane. entertaining film. Entertaining film. So either way, thanks for watching, and take care. Later.